Hi there, welcome to Big VTV. Great to have you with us. State champ women, round 1 is down and some very big results.
It was.
And I've got to tell you, I like a bit of flake. I've been ordering flake for the last 2 weeks. In fact, Good Friday, because you're supposed to eat fish on Good Friday.
Of course.
I bought a whole bloody gummy shark, mate. I'm with the Sharks that much this season.
Wasn't it Steve that was with the Sharks?
Did you back South?
Yeah, I was pretty much on board from the pre-season, bought the membership. Yeah, thank you.
I've had every sort of flake that you can think of from the fish and chip shop in the last 2 weeks. I've had fried flake. I've had bloody grilled flake.
Good Catholic boy, yeah.
I think they're the only 2 types you can get, aren't they? I've had 2 types of flake.
We're going to get. You can have battered flake.
I just said.
Oh, you said fried. No, don't worry then.
Have you ever had battered flake that hasn't been fried? It doesn't go down too well, Steve-o. We're going to talk about Southern Pen in a moment. There's a lot to like. Sure. Eltham 57 went down to Diamond Valley 71. Now, we said on our first show that Diamond Valley had the chance for their best ever start in state champ women ever to get 3 wins in a week. And guess what?
Nailed it.
They did it.
They
did it. Alex Sharp, very good player, by the way. 57 Eltham, Diamond Valley 71. Bonham Pally did most of the work for Eltham. Diamond Valley got some good young kids there.
Very much so.
Yeah. I think they're going to be a good team.
I think so too.
Knox 57 defeated Bulleen 42. We also said in our first show of the season that Knox are a grinding team. When it comes to defence...
I'm not going to let that go.
No, but they are a grinding defensive team. They held Bulleen to 42, Nicole.
Yes, no, agreed. I think there's a few games round 1 where you don't know if it's telling you more about the winner or more about the loser.
We have said that on a few shows today.
Well, that's one for me.
Okay.
How much is that saying about the winner, or is that saying that Bulleen's going to have a really tough year? Don't know. Probably need to get another couple of games in to know that.
I think Bulleen will have a tough season.
Yeah, but they always seem to be able to create competitiveness.
I think they'll be competitive, but I think it'll be on the tougher side.
Okay.
I think the answer's in that game. It says more about Bulleen.
Okay.
In what way, Steve?
That they will have a long year.
Right.
That their recruiting was a little bit thin. They've brought in an import who won't set the world on fire.
Oh, okay. Jeez.
And yeah, I think 42 credits Knox, but it also discredits Bulleen.
We'll play that back. You did say won't set the world on fire.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, fair enough. He's entitled to an opinion.
Oh, very much so.
Just from what I saw in round 1, because
I'm keen to see Knox. Of course we are, and we took your advice on the great defence, and that's keeping someone to 42. But I do think there may be something in what Steve's having to say in that maybe it's not the bullying that we're used to from the last few years.
What I did say about Knox leading into this season, quite clearly, is they will strangle teams. Defensively, they will be...
They grinder. They're grinding teams.
They're grinders.
Yes.
They will be... Defensively, they will be fantastic, but they are not going to be a team that walks out and hits 75 plus every game. No. And the first game clearly tells me that. Ringwood 78 defeated Waverley 71. Well, tell us all about it.
It was a ripper for a first game up, I thought, for the year.
2 good teams.
I got to say, Waverley were... Unlucky, but a little bit of destiny in their own hands. Made maybe a few crucial errors at crucial moments.
Okay.
And Ringwood probably showed that little bit of additional class in a cup. When you're talking 7 points across 40 minutes, that's all we're talking about. A couple of moments here or there. But it was a good game.
Kate Oliver, 28 in this game.
Yeah, so I got there at quarter time. And then I looked up the stats, got the phone out. 28 points. How? Not from what I saw. She scored 14 in the first quarter. So I must admit, I missed half of them, put it that way.
Fair start.
So, but she was consistent.
2 teams will be right there. I think we all agree. The big result for the weekend, bar none, Southern Peninsula, 105, defeated McKinnon, 43. Now, McKinnon's still without their import, I believe. I think they've got an import coming in.
I don't know.
Is that correct? Have they got an import coming in? Can I get some confirmation from the crew?
I didn't think... Well,
there is no male. We're unsure at this stage.
Yes,
it's a female competition, Steve. Southern Penn won by 62 points.
Justin.
Caitlin Melito can play.
She can.
Brittany Carter. Brittany can play.
Sure.
Carter.
So the question I have for you, if we're talking about what we said, Who does that say more about?
It says a bloody lot about Southern Peninsula.
It does. It well and truly does.
But
does it say anything about McKinnon?
I think McKinnon would be devastated with the loss. You don't like losing. You don't like getting smashed by 62. And they were belted from pillar to post. They were made to look very ordinary.
Can I make a suggestion to those of you that are perhaps getting into the new process we have with videos available online? Watch the first 5 minutes of that game.
Yeah, what's it going to tell me?
It's going to tell you that Southern Penn had 9 points in 50 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And that perhaps McKinnon, Southern Penn were brilliant. Let me be clear. Brilliant. Shot the lights out. Pressed. Shot the lights out. But McKinnon, their ability to react was poor.
Okay. So I think what you're saying is a fair point. Who does
Southern
it say?
Penn it says a lot about Southern Penn. It certainly does for their season. I think it sets them up, sets the tone for what they're about this year. They're getting after the finals. They're not just getting after the finals. They want to say to Ringwood, Waverley, we're in this up to our eyeballs.
I'm not going to let you dampen my enthusiasm.
Nor should you.
I'm not going to stop eating flake. At East Ringwood, there's a second fish and chip shop that opened this week. Purely
Surely
through
you should be down at Rosebud.
Well, I may head down there and watch them at some stage this week. And they better start selling fish in there. Well done. Warrandyte.
Don't go down there this week.
Oh, who they play this?
They're on the road.
Oh, are they? At Warrandyte. If you're a McKinnon fan, just take a deep breath.
Yep. The sun comes up.
Just take a deep breath.
Might not be this week, though.
I think there was someone that told you that a lot over the years. The sun always comes up the next day.
I think so.
Warrandyte 63 went down to Ringwood 73. Now, I have spoken to a couple of people who saw this game, and obviously we've got one sitting here that was well and truly involved in this game.
Yep.
The people that I've spoken to have said, well done, Warrandyte. Very, very good, and had their chances, were in it, played really, really well. And can I just single someone out from this game, because the reports have been glowing? Meg Dargan apparently was absolutely awesome in this game.
Yeah, gun.
I think she's a player that you've been harping on about for a little while, especially, and I copped the full bear of it last year, and obviously got to witness her firsthand last year, and she's a special player. She's a very good player.
Played really well in this game. I think had 17 points in that game. Ringwood will be happy to get the win. Let me tell you, anytime you go to an opposition venue where you go in hot favourites.
Oh, well, I think you said that we were in for a very rough start.
Yep. I think Warrandyte would be you don't like losing, but well pleased.
We wanted to win the game, no doubt about that.
Pleased. I think Ringwood would be happy to get out of there.
Mm-hmm. Well, for them, they come out with a 2-win weekend, and they've beaten Waverley by 7 in a game that could have gone either way, and they got us by 10.
Is there any insight you can give us to that game?
Ringwood, look, I think their imports are still settling in.
Yep.
So I felt like we got a bit of a different, having watched Saturday night's game against Waverley, imports were down a bit. And I felt like against us, a couple of shots that didn't go down the night before did go in. I think they're not maybe as consistent at the moment as Southern Penn's too, but I think that they've got the ability to be.
Can I be as forward as to ask, Nicole, Annika Whiting or Mel Dixon, who's the better import there? Who's the one to watch?
Oh, that's what I'm sort of getting at. I thought Whiting was better on the Saturday night, and I thought Dixon was better on the Sunday.
Okay,
so you get left with a question mark over that.
Fair enough. I also noticed on the Saturday, correct me if I'm wrong, Yusuf came off the bench behind Inez Lee. Was that on Sunday?
I believe it was. Well, I didn't see the first quarter.
Right, okay.
But
you didn't see the first quarter on Sunday?
No,
you were
Saturday.
there, coach?
On Saturday. Yusuf played a lot of minutes on Saturday.
Yeah.
They started Lee against Meg Dargan on Sunday. Okay. I thought the guards were probably some of their better players against Waverley. I thought their bigs were better players against us.
A 10-point margin for Warrandyte. They've still got a player called Nicole Romeo to come into that team. So, good signs there. Diamond Valley 83 defeated Melbourne 73. As I said, good start for DV. And an ability to put a score on the board as well.
Yep, I think there's another game that says something about both teams. Melbourne are not going to be horrible. Diamond Valley, with their lineup, should, I suppose on paper, should win that game by more than 10 points. They probably should have maybe even won the Eltham game by more than 14. That's the thing that will come next for Diamond Valley, I think, is being able to put teams away with the lineup they've got. They're young, but I think they're still gelling.
Well, they've got a great test coming up this week.
But Melbourne are not not horrible, that's for sure. They'll be competitive, well and truly.
Whittlesea 31 went down to Hume City 81. Welcome to state champ women.
We did say that one.
Whittlesea.
Yep.
The upside for Whittlesea is they didn't have the biggest losing margin of the round. Believe it or not, they went down by 50.
Yeah.
Hume City, Colleen Planidia, Ola Renouf. I mean, they dominate. I mean, that is the one for me. They've scored 31, and I think it's going to be a long season.
Well, they've also, you know, I love Hume City, as in I rate them highly. And having seen Ringwood and Waverley, at the moment, Hume City's a fair way ahead of those two teams.
Yeah. Really?
I think so.
A fair way ahead.
This season, I think so. Only because Ringwood's 2 imports need to settle in. They've got Planeta, they're off and running. They know they're pretty much the same team they were with a great addition. You take Heggie out of Ringwood. That's been a big loss. So I just think it's going to take them a bit of time.
So let me get through this last game.
Before we move on, touch on Whittlesea. I think I've got mail that they have an addition coming.
An import?
Possibly.
Well, let's hope that import can score 50, Steve. Now, I'm going to pose a question to you without notice in a moment. It's a hard question, but if you can answer it, it would be helpful. I know we're only one round in. Last game, Good Friday. Can I just say to Diamond Valley and Whittlesea, who have done this the last 2 years now, once at Whittlesea, once at Diamond Valley, to both clubs, Diamond Valley and Whittlesea, you're superstars. You're absolutely bloody superstars. Well done. Good Friday. Raised good money.
2,900 was the word I received today.
Well done. Diamond Valley 80 defeated Whittlesea 58. Well done, DV. Cracking start to the competition, 3-0. Whittlesea, by the sounds of it, you got someone coming in. It's going to be a tough season.
I say that sort of might prove my point a little bit.
About DV?
That DV, they're not putting teams away. Because if Whittlesea can get beaten by 50 by Hume...
Yeah, I'll take that on board. What I will say, Whittlesea, just hang in there. It's never easy first season up. Just hang in there, you'll be fine. Now, question without notice.
Ringwood
eventually.
Ringwood, and not excluding on purpose anyone else. Sure. Ringwood, Waverley, Southern Pen, Hume City. Ringwood, I'll write this down. Ringwood, Waverley, Southern Pen, Hume City. Right now, and we've got 17 rounds to go.
I haven't seen Southern Pen though.
Could you rank them 1 to 4 for me?
I haven't seen.
If you can't do it, just say
Justin.
Well,
if I haven't seen Southern Pen, I'm going to base it on that result, and I have seen video.
Okay.
And I think they were brilliant. But I'm going to go this order: Hume City.
This is what I mean, Steve. You would sit on the fence. Oh. Nicole,
I might come in with a different for next week.
No, okay. Number 1.
Southern Pen.
2.
Ringwood Waverley.
Okay, all right, fair enough. And we're one. And folks, can I just stress this again? Can I just pat you on the back?
I haven't got a 1 yet.
Can I just pat you on the back for saying well done? First of all, but in doing that, but to everyone else,
mind you,
we're 1 week in.
Southern Pen, apologies, just won by 60, and I've ranked you second. But Hume City by 50 is not bad either.
Yep, agree. Let's have a look at some early stars. Caitlin Melito looks like an absolute star for Southern Pen. She looks a gun. Kate Oliver Waverley, great start, 14 points first quarter. We mentioned her. Colleen Planeta just picks up where she left off. Would we expect anything less?
Yep.
Alex Sharp, great week for Diamond Valley. Well done, Diamond Valley. 3 wins in a week. Alex Sharp, good addition there. And Annika Whiting had a good all-round weekend.
She did. Yep.
Games coming up round 2. Saturday, McKinnon, Hume City. Now, McKinnon coming off a 62-point loss. If you reckon it's going to get any easier... say hello to Hume City when they walk through the door. Hume City to win.
Hume for me too.
Yep, the Broncos.
Diamond Valley, Ringwood. Now, this is the test I was talking about. Diamond Valley, believe in yourselves. Believe in yourselves.
Believe in yourself, but I'm tipping Ringwood.
I think Ringwood win.
Yeah.
But I think if that's another 6 weeks down, we'll have a look. But right now... Ringwood for me.
I'd love to see DV get within 6 to 8 here. I think it'd be a great
Anyone
sign.
who coaches a team like mine would love to see DV win because we've always been similar younger team.
Yep.
You know, I'd love to see some of these teams come up the ladder.
I think Ringwood win.
I think the thing I'd love to see there is Diamond Valley, you did an outstanding job. You packed the stadium on Good Friday.
Yeah, turn up again.
Get back down there. You've already seen what they can produce.
Good call, Steve.
You're coming in against a premier opponent. Get back down there and fill the stadium.
Whittlesea take on Knox.
I think Knox get this.
I think Knox win, and my fear here is if Whittlesea are coming in off 31 and 58, regardless of who they've got coming in, they're coming up against a cracking defensive unit. They're going to struggle to score. They're going to struggle to get a score on the board. That's enough.
What's the prediction of their score then? Is it
under 40?
Subpar 40. Okay.
Yep. I think Knox win. Bulleen take on Melbourne.
It's an interesting game.
This is the most interesting game of the round for me.
Mm-hmm.
I think Bulleen at home will start favourites. I think if Pierce can play well.
Is Little Pierce playing? I must say Little being the younger of the two.
I think Little Pierce is playing.
Yeah, but is she playing youth as well?
No,
Because she got suited up in the youth.
I'm not
game.
sure, but I think in this senior game, I think Baby Pierce and Big Pierce will both be on the same team.
Okay.
And I think if Pierce fire...
My mail is that she will play seniors.
Yeah, that's
So
my
is
mail.
my mail, except for round one, she played youth as well.
Yeah.
She played youth as well.
She did.
But if they
Down
clash...
the tournament? Maybe the tournament. I think...
Don't know.
I think... oh, no, don't worry.
I think Pierce might get the job done in a very close game, Steve.
I think Melbourne. I think the Tigers.
I haven't seen Bulleen. I've seen Melbourne. I'll go Melbourne.
Okay, fair enough. Warrandyte take on Southern Peninsula.
Yeah, welcome.
I think Southern Peninsula win.
Yep.
I think that's the first thing. But really impressed with Warrandyte last week, Nicole.
Yeah, look, we're setting ourselves for this. I would have thought that we were very competitive against them last year. The 2 rounds, I can't remember the exact score, but it was either single digits or 12.
Yeah, it was.
Or it was close.
Yep.
And at times where they were beating other teams by more, we feel that we match up okay. Guard for guard and big for big, but it's going to be a challenge. A team that's come out and scored 105, we're going to have to play outside of our skins defensively.
I reckon they might run a press.
Really?
I think they might run a press this week. They seem to love that
poor
press.
Meg Dargan, yeah.
No, Megsy will be very good. Don't worry about that. Sunday, Melbourne take on Whittlesea. I think the Tigers win.
Yep.
Tigers all around. And Waverley up against Eltham. I'm going to go with the Falcons
I think Waverley
to
will
win.
get that game.
Yeah, with us on that,
Tegan
Steve?
Yeah, I think it will be closer than...
Is Tegan back for that? There's a few people away on holidays this week.
Okay.
A couple for McKinnon.
I think it'll be very close. I think Waverley though, at home, yeah.
Have a great week. Good luck. Saturday night down at Livertown by the Arrow should be a lot of fun.
Come on down.
Good luck to all teams playing this weekend in state champ. Women, we'll see you next week on Big VTV.